This will only take a minute.
This will only take a minute, Major.
Should we talk about Matthew Perry?
I'm sorry, this will only take a minute.
It'll only take a minute, I promise.
It's the last of everything I have. I'm glad I spent it on Korean food on a date I didn't want to go to.
This will take me about a minute.
This'll take a minute, Bruce.
Could you please just give me a minute?
And this will only take a few minutes.
I don't even know who the Beatles are.
I know you gotta get to work. This will only take a couple minutes, please.
Hot tamale. Oh, we got Cool Rodney in the building today.
Oh.
Just a little Easter egg for a couple Raider fans that subscribe to the channel.
Nod?
If you know, you know. I feel great.
It's like the opposite of Clark Kent.
I feel great. And guess what? This is going to take a long time today. It's going to be the longest episode ever.
We're going for the world record.
Because you have trouble with your R's in high school? Do they have speech class in high school?
I'm sure.
That's tough.
Certainly.
Should have been there.
But at a certain point, you would think, like, just
how hard could it be?
Your impression of a seal?
No, it's my impression of
Kissed
a
by a
teacher
rose?
who doesn't know. Yeah, I don't understand speech impediments. I'm not going to lie to you.
What do you mean you don't understand them?
I had one. You better tread carefully.
And it's gone.
Can we talk about that? I don't remember that.
I went in first and second grade to speech class.
What was it, a list?
You couldn't do the R's?
R's, yeah.
It's one thing for us. What were you in first grade? Like 15? It's one thing for a 15-year-old Silas, as a cute little first grader, to be like, "Oh, I'm worried about my mother," but like
muck duck.
But like, if you're like 18 and you can't pronounce your R's, like what?
Have we started?
They do just give up at a certain point, I guess, right?
Are we in?
Oh, we're on, baby.
Do we have to say our names?
You sure?
My name's Rodney.
I refuse to answer.
I hate this already.
Yeah.
My name's Harrison.
The reason I said this is going
to say Harrison.
The reason I said, why did the pitch of your voice change there?
What?
You said Harrison.
Because it's a little. I'm doing an impression of a.
Who says silly wabbit?
Elmer
Fudd. So didn't go to school.
It's you, Elmer Fudd.
I said this was going to take a long time. This is a big tee up to a probably letdown of a story. One of us went to a wedding, and we didn't get married. We went stag.
Yeah, did not even have a +1.
Oh, the guy who shall remain nameless. Good. They didn't even bother. They said he's not pregnant.
Yeah,
anymore.
they didn't even offer. They're like, we know.
Yeah,
You're
but
wholly
can't,
single there.
But what, can't you just bring a friend with a +1? Like, I'll go. I'd go to a wedding.
I don't think that's how that works.
Congrats. Don't know yet.
Maybe.
But congrats.
Love the spread. Not just your wife.
Oh. Go ahead. You went to a wedding.
I went to a wedding, flew out, back home to Virginia for the wedding. It was beautiful. Very nice.
Home to Virginia?
Home, and then the wedding was in Virginia.
Oh, okay. I was going to say, when?
Well, because we're in Utah now, so it was a bit of a track.
We've said that every single episode.
But you act like that every single time.
It's one of the smallest states, too. They would find us in an instant.
Utah's a small state. You ever heard of Rhode Island? Idiot.
That's a
I'm an idiot. Guy doesn't understand sarcasm with sunglasses on. He calls me a moron.
I can't even see you. It's so stupid.
You see this?
No.
Go on, please.
It was great. It was my cousin.
What kind of wedding are we talking about? Like traditional, like...
It was outside. It wasn't very traditional. It wasn't in a church or anything.
Priest?
No.
Whoa.
Doctor.
Good luck to them.
A doctor did it.
Hope you like the heat.
But no, it was fun.
Hell.
But there was this lady there.
Oh! The bride?
No.
Oh.
I wasn't going to go that far.
How old are they, the cousin and the bride? 30s?
No, like 26, 27.
That's like 2
Around
years
there?
from me.
Around there. Maybe a little bit older.
Okay, go ahead.
Around there.
Sorry, there was a lady.
A lady. Friends of my cousin.
Mm-hmm.
I've met her like once before.
Mm-hmm.
And
I like where this is going.
it's like she's one of those people like everybody there was talking about. You know what I mean? Like she walks up and like everyone's like, "Oh my god, she's beautiful."
Even your dad was like, "Sigh."
Yeah. My dad, my grandfather were like, "Oh my god."
Your mom was like, "Okay, let's relax."
No, she's all for it.
Oh. All for your dad? All right.
And it seemed like it was going great.
No. Too far. What do you mean?
Just talking.
Oh, okay. So you talked to her.
Yeah, we've met before. So.
So you're like, "Hi." Should we give her a fake name? Melanie.
Melanie, sure.
Mm-hmm.
I was so scared.
Okay.
And nothing embarrassing happened, per se. But it's just like, you could tell there was maybe something there, and then just nothing happened. It's so
With the bride?
scary. No.
What?
Oh, I'm lost.
She's talking about the girl that was taking everyone's breath away.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you were talking about the bride. Like, she walked in and everyone
And you
was like,
said
oh,
she was
beautiful.
16?
No, she was our age.
Okay, so
Your age.
multiple questions. Don't.
Because you're older.
Well, the gap between me and him is significant in IQ as well.
Yes.
I have a lot of questions.
Okay.
First being, when you were talking to Melanie, was there an end game to that, or were you just kind of, just dip your toe in the water? See?
Well, because we saw there was a bar thing at the first night I got there.
A bar, yeah. You just say a bar.
It was just like a hangout.
Okay.
It wasn't. Not everyone was drinking, so I didn't really want to say that.
Mm-hmm.
But so we were talking there, and that's when I just kind of dipped my toe in the water.
Oh,
just sort of said hello.
Mm-hmm. Nothing makes me scared than saying hello to a female.
And that's when it went okay. It was at the bar, but then just nothing happened at the reception.
And what did you talk to her at the reception?
Yeah.
Why?
We were like the first two at the bar,
May
and
I
we were
have
talking
this dance?
for like 5 minutes.
This dance. You go, because I have a lot to say. So you start grilling.
That was my first wedding in a while too. I don't like
got nothing.
those big events.
Okay, he's got nothing. It's good for a podcast. Another question I have is, do you think that she was maybe thinking the time for something to happen would be at the night before, when at this bar thing that you said, and maybe because a move wasn't made, she was like, it's the reception. Like, what?
I mean, realistically, she was probably just like, stay away from me.
Why?
What do you mean, why?
Did you buy her a drink, or was it free?
It was all free.
That would have been funny, though, if you're like, can I buy you a drink?
At this open bar.
Yeah, that's actually funny. Can I order you a drink? Okay, so nothing happened.
Yeah.
But you said...
I was just scared.
We'll get into the psyche of it all in a second. You said that you thought maybe...
Well, she was talking to me back.
That's half the battle, I guess.
That's a good
No, it was just like, it was going okay. Like there was...
She give you like a little... like a little touch on the elbow or something?
Well, it wasn't set up that way. It was...
The evaluation has just begun.
Okay.
And this is something we all deal with in our own way. Let's call it spade a spade. We're all wearing blue. It's a very somber conversation. Why is it so scary?
Oh, God. Who knows?
Go ahead. As someone who's least scary, I would say. Least scared. Most scary.
In public, I don't freaking know. I don't know. It's a different story. We talked about this. What's the question?
Are you afraid to talk to women in public?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Why? Why are we afraid? What is gonna happen?
Pepper spray me. They think I'm gonna murder them and
Okay, so
abduct them.
you're thinking about the law.
Yeah.
I'm worried about just getting them straight up. No thanks. I'm good.
Well, that scares me too.
But why?
I was right in front of my family, too.
That's
like,
the worst.
That feels awkward.
But it could have been
They're
good.
like looking at you.
If you're watching family,
You could have been like, well, everyone's already here. If you do want to get married, we'll just tell them that it's going on for another half hour. Like, everybody stay in your seats. We're going to do another ceremony real quick.
Yeah, okay. No, here's my take on this. And I've been trying to wake up every day and say this, and this is going to sound like I want to kill myself. It's actually the opposite. We've had this conversation before. Excuse me. I wake up... That smells like salt and vinegar chips. I wake up every day, and if I ever get nervous, I say to myself, nothing is even real. I seriously don't believe that any of this is real. Not whether or not we're in a simulation.
Maybe you should kill yourself.
It's all rigged to find out. It's all rigged. This is like what? Like she's gonna say no to me. Then what's gonna happen? People are gonna go, ha! No. What's going to happen?
You suck.
Maybe Harrison will.
Right.
Yeah.
And then I would say, and start crying. But my point. You see my point? Like I feel like I can't articulate this because it's an insane thing to say that nothing's real. But that's what I try to tell myself, and I think it's working.
Well, I think the scary thing is, like, for instance, at a wedding, like a bar, not a wedding bar. Bar is one thing because it's like, okay, she says no, I'm ditching this place and never seeing her again. But if it's like, hey, I'm at work, I'm in love with this beautiful woman. Hey, would you like to go on a date? No. See you tomorrow.
Do we have to blur out the logo on your sweater now?
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, I think the scariest thing, and it's the only thing I seem to know how to do at all, is meet someone via one of the apps. That, I hate it. I hate everything about it. It's the scariest day of my life, and I want to die. Now I do want to die.
Well, you get. It's like editing a YouTube video versus doing a live stream, dog. To make it about the interwebs here, it's like, okay, I can cut whatever I want out. You're on Tinder. You're like, hey, this lady's like, hey, what's up? And I'm like, I could say I'm taking a shit, or I could wait a minute and be like, I'm investing a little money here in the stock market. I could be like, oh, I just wrote a movie. But if you're at a bar, it's like, what are you doing? I can't just be like,
you're like, what? Huh?
What, am I gonna lie? So
how old are you?
Yeah, that's definitely the advantage of the apps. It's just not the same reason people say like, are you on Twitter? Because you don't see their face. You never say that to their face. It's like, that's exactly why Tinder's so fun. Because it's like, I would never say this in real life, but it's like, I know how to sound confident and cool over the phone because it's just like, I'm not even talking to a real person.
Oh, yeah, I was going to say, that's what doesn't even feel real. It's the Tinder stuff.
Yeah, but I do my best to try to be the same exact person that I am on that as I am when I'm in person. And if the person that I end up meeting is not that, which sometimes that happens, sometimes it doesn't, it freaks me out. I'm like, I've been catfished. Who are you? You were hilarious, and now you're like, yeah. What happened?
Maybe he's just cold in your room or wherever.
Yeah, my mom's watching, so relax. Is your mom watching? Hello, Harrison's mom. Hi.
Don't even know her name.
Rebecca.
Close. I don't even know her name.
So here's my final question to you
Yes.
about this whole thing. You said maybe something. She's talking to me, and she's a beautiful woman. Why would you waste her time? You didn't say that, but we know. We get it.
We're all thinking.
We're all thinking it. Stinking it, to be quite honest.
Brinking it. Burning down the house.
Yes.
What is that? Well, you want a little toots magoots? Go on.
Ultimately, you decided. You came to the realization, or maybe subconsciously, that you were not going to try to make any sort of move.
Oh, yeah.
What do you think the actual reason was for you not doing that? Was it fear? Was it logistics? Was it, you know what I mean? Like I don't have.
Oh, definitely fear.
Yeah, over anything else.
Oh, yeah.
But at the time, were you convincing yourself like, well, where are we gonna go? Like, I'm
No, I didn't even think that far ahead. I was just like, that's not gonna happen.
Oh. And now we have a less interesting story. If anything, you should be using the podcast as motivation at this point.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
I also got a sty in my eye the day of the wedding.
Nicki Minaj
My eye is like swollen.
So I got a sty in his eye. Aye. My, oh my.
But that's kind of a BS excuse because it was before
of course
the
it was.
wedding.
Of course
that
it
you
was.
talked to her.
I have a hemorrhoid.
So you were like, you basically said since the days that I've seen her, I've been sick. So I didn't do anything when I wasn't sick. I get it, man. It's tough.
Well, it's also there's the bars, random women, then there's like people you work with, and then there's like friends of friends where like I was maybe not good
Yeah, like was that even appropriate? Like would my cousin be pissed?
Well, there's the
a whole
logistics
nother
of it
thing.
all.
Yeah.
But are you telling yourself that because you're afraid or because it's an actual logistic? You see my point?
No, of course. Obviously it's all fear, but
Well, I was gonna say it because like one time we had, it's not like I talked to a bunch of broads at the bars, but one time our one friend from high school came up and visited and brought her roommate, and like that I had never met her, but like we knew of each other. So then for whatever reason it was just like, I'll buy you a drink, and then we were just talking all night. Didn't do anything, but all the pieces were there of like, oh, that wasn't hard at all. That was actually very normal to be like, I'll buy you a drink.
Yeah.
But then if it's someone you don't know, it's just like. I don't take myself seriously enough, or at least like I have enough self-awareness that if I'm like at a bar being like, could I get you a drink? I just think of myself as like, shut the fuck up. Like, what are you saying?
You think you're James Bond?
Yeah, I'm like, I'm not gonna go out. But what would I say?
Yeah, I would argue.
So gorgeous, baby.
Is that Joe Rogan? I would
Tyson.
argue one and the same. I would argue and we talked about this, and what you said to me was jarring, and I wanted to save it to this very moment. You said to me that it's the best part, and I know you're saying like the best part meaning the worst part, but still, is going back to the Tinder thing, or maybe it's a coworker or whatever. When you pick them up and they get in your car, and then you just kind of sit there.
You're just on the deep end.
You just sit in the awkwardness.
Yeah.
And you said that's the best.
Well, because it goes one of two ways.
Feels
from
like
there.
the worst.
It could lead to the best, though.
But at the time, it's absolutely not the best.
I don't know how
I
to
feel.
describe
I
it.
agree.
With me?
Yeah.
Really?
I mean, I know what you're talking about, like the moments in the car or whatever, but it's just.
No, I mean like the second she or he sits in the car, I feel like I'm outside my body, and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna have to wind myself up like a doll to be able to talk.
But it's like both. It's so awkward for both people. It's just like.
Yeah, I guess that's true.
Yeah, that's funny too.
It's just kind of.
I
fun.
almost want to call it out. Like,
Yeah, it's
this
just
is
kind of
weird.
fun. Yeah.
But I think that's why, at least at college, it was like, hey, how about a movie night? And the first time we interact is like a lady coming to the apartment, and we're just
Or on
hanging
the
out.
roof or something.
Yeah, and we're hanging out in my room, like, just with a movie on. So it's like, okay, I don't have to talk. I'm like, hey, what movie do you want to watch? And she's like, Disturbia. I'm like, good. I can shut up for an hour and a half while I think about what would be perfect to say.
Yeah, but have you done that with someone that you don't even know?
Yeah.
Immediately watch a movie?
Yeah.
That's kind of weird, too. Because don't
Well,
you want to talk to them?
I was gonna say that they always say it's
No.
a bad first date.
Oh, it's a terrible first date.
Yeah.
But I guess it's different if you're in a movie theater versus in your house. Like you could talk
Yeah.
while the movie's going on.
Yeah.
It'd be tough in a movie. Yeah, that's a terrible first date. I haven't thought about that.
I haven't gone to the movie theater, but yeah, it's in my room, so it's just like, this movie sucks. I'm like, all right, let's fucking put on Minecraft. Like Joe Rogan.
So you just came back from a wedding.
Yep.
And something that happened to me and Harrison happened. We drove to Vegas. He's never been to Vegas before.
Oh, really?
Thank God we got lost because we would have got there way too early for him. Yeah. But we had a tough time getting there.
Barely.
We made a couple wrong turns in Vegas.
Yeah, there was two.
But what's funny is you wouldn't have been able to see Vegas if we didn't do that.
Yeah.
Also, that guy that we were following, it was so funny. There was a guy that we were like hiding behind, and then they kicked us out of the airport. They said, "Get out of here!"
Yeah.
The guy didn't even say anything. He just went.
Yeah. With all the cars lined up
Right.
outside.
So we were following the same person that we were going in with,
Yeah.
and we don't know if he was like, you know what, screw it, or he just wanted to pass the time. But the next time we looped around, he went to departing flights, and he was like, "I'm just going over here." And then we saw him again. It was just very funny for him to be like, "I'm going over here," because at first we thought it was a mistake. Maybe it wasn't.
I bet it was.
You think so?
Yeah.
Worked out just fine. And because then he came around again and he just parked.
Oh, yeah.
Or she. They just parked. But
It
yeah.
wasn't a good driver, probably. You're probably
Yeah. And because of that, I'm running on like 3 hours sleep.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. And you're forcing me to do this. The second I get home from work. Because, well, next. I won't bring that up.
Because I got business to take care of.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we can say that. It's paint fences or something.
Okay, well, how about this? When I was flying back, I was flying out. Can I say the airport? It was just a small airport.
Sure.
So I went to the bathroom.
We're not that famous.
No, I know, but I was flying out of Scranton, and
I wouldn't have said that.
Expensive ticket alert. Sorry, go ahead.
I have my med card in that state.
Oh, uh-oh.
So I went into the bathroom.
Oh, no.
Totally empty bathroom. And before security, I was like, well, I don't want to take this through security.
Did a
so
line of cocaine?
I was just hitting my pen a bunch in the bathroom. Totally empty. Wasn't causing harm to anybody. All of a sudden, I hear...
You hear,
I hear vape detected. Security on their way.
God.
And my heart dropped. 'Cause, first of all, that's definitely for like
drugs?
like tobacco vapes, like not pens.
Right.
So I instantly threw it out.
Wait, it was like a Siri, like vape detected.
yeah, it
Holy
sounded
hell.
like sounded like something out of The Incredibles.
Oh, my God.
Yeah. So I quickly got up, threw it out, and then just started washing my hands. I was like, I'm just gonna act as casual as I can. And then 2 security guards come in, and they're like, "Were you vaping in here?" I was like, yeah, sorry, I didn't know. It was empty in here, blah, blah, blah. And they're like, oh, well, you're the first person that was ever honest about that, so thank you.
Wow.
Second of all, you're going to jail.
Yeah, they're like, this could have been a fine, but
By the way,
it's okay.
not honest, not even a little honest.
Nope.
Not vaping.
Oh, yeah.
Doing drugs.
But in the frenzy of throwing it out, I threw out my boarding pass.
Oh my god! Oh, it's on your phone. It's on your phone. Right?
Well,
He
yeah,
threw
but
his phone away.
I got to security
Oh, my God.
and realized I didn't have my boarding pass, and I was like, "Oh my, what am I doing?" I was all flustered at the
Stoned.
smallest airport ever. But yeah, nothing happened. Didn't get fined. Nothing. They were just like, "Appreciate it. Don't do that anymore." I was
Oh,
like,
yeah.
"Okay."
Well, that's nice. Oh, my God. So, but you were able to pull it up on the phone or what?
Yeah,
Right,
I was
okay,
able to just pull it up on my phone. Once I calmed down, I was like, "Wait."
Well, there's a part of you that's like, you look for your boarding pass and you don't have it, and you're like, they think I'm crazy. I'm getting arrested.
Yeah.
Like yeah. Oh.
Yeah.
You're just like, I don't even have a
They're
flight
like, they
today. I just
notified
came into
them.
this bathroom.
Oh, that would scare the shit out of me.
Yeah.
My heart rate had to have been like 150.
Why
It
didn't
was
you take your
it
little-
was going crazy. I forgot my
I threw
Apple
my
Watch
in the frenzy.
charger.
I threw my Apple Watch out.
Completely nude. Oh, my
He didn't want it to smell, so he just took everything off and flushed it down the toilet. Was that episode 3 or 2? That was 2.
Yeah.
Well, wow, that sucks.
Yeah, it was scary.
Terrible.
That is scary. I don't have any plane stories like that.
I have, well, not like that. The only plane story I have was I was flying to New Mexico to see my sister, and I had to pee so bad.
She's still there?
No, this was like senior year of high school.
Rats.
And I was in the middle seat with some fat guy on the aisle.
Okay.
Oh, he was fat as shit. No, it was some fat guy in the aisle, and I had to pee, but I was like, I don't want to be the guy who's like, oh, can I go to the bathroom? Can I go to the bathroom? So I just kind of held it.
Yep.
And then
I do that every single plane trip.
But when we were about to land and they put on the no seatbelts, like a half hour before we land, they put on the no seatbelts. And as soon as it did, I was like, okay, I actually have to pee. Like, now that I know I can't.
You got a
I
peeing
have to.
problem.
So I was just, I got to pee right now. So I was like thinking all the things. Like, there's a guy in front of me with an empty water bottle. I've got $20 in my wallet. Like, I will give him $20 to let me piss in this water bottle. And just give the guy next to me like $5. Be like, just ignore this.
Yeah.
So as soon as the seatbelt sign comes up, I unbuckle my seatbelt. I stand up, and he's like, the guy next to me is like, what are you doing? I was like, I have to go to the bathroom. He goes, seatbelt sign's on. I was like, okay, what are you doing? Air marshal? Dude? Like, I
The
gotta
seatbelt
piss.
police?
Yeah.
He could have been the air marshal.
He could have been, but I would have fought. Oh my god! So he just made me sit there, and then as soon as
He didn't let you leave?
No, and then it was like the second it went on too.
You
so
should
I'm
have
like,
peed
I've
right
got
on him.
10 minutes.
You should
before
have
we do
pissed
it.
on his face.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
What the?
finally we land, and then I'm in like the middle, whatever. And I follow the rules of the air traveling, which is let everyone go in front of you in
It's
order.
the worst when people don't do that, by the way.
So I stood up and I'm just staring at the bathroom, and I can tell other people are like looking like, this guy's got to piss. So people kind of part the Red Sea down the aisle and let me sprint. And there's some Snapchat picture somewhere where I'm just like, listen to what this just happened while I'm like pissing in the airplane toilet. And I think it was 2.5 minutes of piss. Like, I timed myself. I do that every once in a while when I know I got a good one going. And it was just like,
That's a funny airplane story.
who the hell is, yeah, it just made me so mad. I'm like, who is
He just
this
didn't
guy?
want to stand up.
He was just on his laptop. Like,
I
an
got
asshole.
I got multiple airplane stories. The one that you probably don't remember, we flew together. For some year we flew together, but we had separate seats. I had, did I have the middle seat? No, I had the aisle seat. Bang, from way downtown. Didn't pick it, just given to me. Grace of God, aisle seat. Yeah. So I sat there, and then every other seat was empty, and it was the back of the plane. So I'm like, is there a chance I could just spread out? Nobody's there. No, it was a family of 5, a black family. Can I say? I'm just painting the picture. The two youngest kids, girls, were like 6 and 10. Were supposed to have sat inside where my aisle is the middle, and then the mom, dad, and the brother. And I was like 17. And if you think if I had any smarts, I would have got up and said, I'll just take the inside so you guys could all be like one connected unit. Instead, I just stood there. And the dad goes, it's okay. You guys can, he's not going to do anything to, like, the guy was like defending me from his scared daughters. And now every time the stewardess comes, like, do you guys want any snacks? I got it. Do you want anything, little girl? Get the peanuts and give it to and the dad's like, hey, Thanks, man.
My man.
Meanwhile, I should have just switched seats, but I
wouldn't want to give up the aisle.
I was father for the day. So I was father to 2 young black children, and it was awesome. And then the parents were like, "Hey, thanks for being cool," and I was like,
"That means a lot coming from you."
Yeah, I was like, I am cool, and I'm gonna stop talking.
You know it, brother.
But that was scary when they all sat down. I was like, "What do I do? Can I get off the plane? I'm on the wrong flight."
Hey,
Silas, enjoy Florida.
Just so you guys know.
Do you remember that?
No,
because you were way in the front.
Yeah.
I don't. This is whatever, 10 years ago.
Another story. Silas definitely knows this one because I texted him while I was on the plane. I bought the plane Wi-Fi so I could text him to tell him I just met my wife. And I usually say that as like a bit.
And you're like, Silas. Oh wait, were you on the flight?
No. I bought the
in-plane.
I bought the in-plane Wi-Fi to text him.
Yeah.
I was. How high do planes go?
4 million
miles.
30,000.
Yeah. Okay. I was that high. What you said. And I was like, I think I just met my wife because before the flight was delayed and we were kind of chumming it up, yucking it up. We had a little banter. She saw my. So this is before No Way Home came out. Spoilers for No Way Home. There's 3 Spider-Man in the movie. And I had Toby Andrew Tom, like a fan-made poster. And I was yucking it up with this girl. And I was like, if I can get her to notice my screensaver, and she says, cool screensaver, it's my wife. So I...
Some big fat lady just walked by the window.
So I... now people could see us doing this, which is awful. So I was just like, oh, it's 3:48.
Spider-Man says it's 3:49.
Oh, it's 3:49. I was like, do I have any text messages today?
Tell me what time it is.
And I thought I was being sneaky with it, and I did it once, and she was like, great screensaver. And I was like, what? Exactly. And I was like, who's your favorite? And she was like, Andrew. And I was like, oh my God. Oh my God.
That was before he was getting all the love.
Right.
So it's really rare.
Yeah. Get on the plane. She's sitting right behind me. Could have been anywhere on the plane.
So the whole time you're just like this?
Could have been anywhere on the plane. I also, oh, she wasn't right. She was 2 rows behind me. Sorry. I also made friends with this guy. His name's Mike. He gave me his credit card to help him buy the Wi-Fi, and then didn't have headphones for the music, so I gave him my extra pair of headphones. He's like, oh my God. And he got shit-faced, and then he was like, when you land, you and your mom come see me, I'll take you to nice dinner, and my daughter's your age, and she looks great. Anyway, that's real. So I can't talk to this woman, and the whole 5 hours, I'm like, I gotta get this person's contact information. We're flying to Vegas. I have to. She's from Pennsylvania, blah, blah, blah. So I pumped myself up. I opened my Snapchat because I thought the number would be weird. I reached around 2 rows of people, fully awake, showed her the open Snap, and she was like, oh, yeah. Took it, added me, boom, done. We walked off the tarmac, blah, blah, blah. I'm with my mom. I leave, whatever. She never answered me. I snapped her. She never answered me. I was like, that's unfortunate.
Yep.
Did a little digging. 16 years old. Whoops.
That's a real problem. Yep.
Didn't know. I was only 21 at the time, so it's not as bad as being 24. But still, I had no idea. I got their Instagram. Her first post is like prom 2020, whatever, 2021. Can't wait for my senior prom next year in high school because I'm a child.
Could have been 17.
So I did a reach around to ask a child for a Snapchat because I thought I was going to marry a child.
Reach around,
and I didn't know. And that's my other plane story.
I didn't ruin my life over this, but I was on one of the last flights I was on. Just there was this. Yeah, we crashed into the World Trade Center, and I was the sole survivor.
There has to be no people that want to fly on 9/11, right?
I don't know.
Probably cheap tickets.
What are the odds we do it again?
We
or they. No, speaking of 9/11, there was this Indian fella. Just kidding. I get the difference. But there was Indian fella.
Native American.
Yeah, he was Native American. There was this Indian fella on the flight, and he had a 3-year-old kid, and it was a 4-hour. We flew from Pennsylvania to Denver, nonstop, and He didn't have anything for his kid. He didn't give him an iPad. He didn't give him a freaking like unleavened bread or anything.
A Banky.
What they're into. And the kid was just running up and down the aisle the whole time, just screaming and crying. And then the wife, who's taking the kid's seat, is just laying like this in the aisle, in the middle, in the window seat. So the freaking flight attendant keeps coming up and being like, "Excuse me, you can't sit like that. Like the seatbelt light's on, and you're sitting like a freaking idiot." And she's whatever on a Bluetooth, giving tech support for Microsoft. And anyway, so that's pretty much it. Just the kid kept running down the aisle. And the lady with the cart, the Bev cart girl, was like, "You got to get this little rugrat out of the way, or I'm going to hit him with this freaking cart." And this is how we stopped Flight 93. So if you don't think it does damage, it does.
Do some research.
Yeah, so that was odd. It was just very annoying. But on that flight, there was a girl, not to make it all about Tinder, there was a girl that I matched with on Tinder from Penn State Harrisburg.
That was on the flight?
I went, well, I guess I just had to spoil it.
That's crazy.
I matched with a girl and texted back and forth with her for like 2 years. It was kind of like on and off. Like never met, but just was like very friendly, like texted a lot. And we stopped talking to each other because I said girls aren't funny or something, and she stopped talking to me. I said it as a joke. She said my roommate's hilarious.
She's like, actually, guys aren't funny.
I said girls aren't funny, and then she stopped talking to me. But on this flight,
you got to be careful with that.
She stands up to go to the bathroom, and I look. I'm like, I know who that is. And she goes back. I'm like,
wow.
That is absolutely what's her face?
Melanie.
I won't say her name. That's Melanie.
Too.
So then we land in Harrisburg, and I walk up to her baggage claim. And this is the first time we met in real life.
Wow.
So I was just like, hello. And she's like, oh my God.
You should have said, girls are funny.
Is this a bit? And that was it.
That whole time were you like, am I going to join the Mile High Club?
We've all had that thought.
10 minutes before we landed. So I was like, what? Like, how did I miss this? And she's like, I saw you in Denver, but I didn't want to say anything. I'm like, that was nice of you. But I'm like, no, I did not know. She's like, you saw me at the airport. I was like, no, I did not. Like, I did not see you till before we just landed. But she's in like crystals and stuff. So I was kind of thinking maybe she'd be like, oh, this is a sign from up above. But she didn't. She was just like, that's weird.
My sign from up above was that her favorite Spider-Man was Andrew Garfield. That was my sign.
I think your sign was the one that said, we card 18 and under.
I had no way of knowing. We all
should have known when she didn't say Toby, dude.
We all think, well, she didn't say Tom Holland. Then I would have been like, oh.
When she sees and she goes, who are those two guys?
Speaking of the Mile High Club, we all have that moment where the stewardess sort of gives you your Sprite, where you're like, are we going to do this?
Are you sure?
You touched my hand when you gave me the cup. Like, what is that?
You're
what is
real
that?
Goosing.
Okay, relax.
Not that I've done that.
I have another, it's not a story, but I was going to Florida. Last time I went to Florida, I was in the back of the plane, young couple behind me, and the guy straight up threw up. Like right behind me. And he was like, I'm so sorry. And the girl was like, get away from me. Oh my God, get away from me. Like, I don't want to look at you. Like, she hated him for throwing up.
That's her husband or just a random lady?
Boyfriend, girlfriend, or something. And he was like, he was like throwing up and then would speak and then threw up again. Oh. So he was like, I'm so sorry.
I'm allergic to ugly bitch.
And I'm like, oh my God, there's a guy throwing up behind me. Like, if the plane goes like this to land, it's going to be like on my feet. Yeah. And I think they also had a child. So he was like holding the baby.
Maybe he was possessed by the devil.
Yeah, maybe, but I don't think so.
All right, hold that thought. I have to fix that.
Oh my God.
This guy's got a problem.
We'll talk about this off camera. No, I can't say that because he's gonna edit this video. Never mind. It was a bit. Do we want to say anything mean about him while he's not here?
He has to at least be able to defend himself. Come on.
Yeah, but I want him to see it on the edit. I think he's got to be careful with how he jokes with women.
I mean, clearly she didn't mind. Really, she was okay.
She didn't answer him.
I know, but then when she saw him in person,
yeah, because she knew she'd never see him again. Right?
Yeah.
You should have made a move.
Yeah, probably.
But I get it. The thing
it felt like fucking prom. I hated it.
We didn't even talk about that. We'll get into that. But the thing that I hate about that scenario in particular is the family of it all.
Yeah, it was just uncomfortable.
And to be clear, I would have no problems if my mom and dad were there.
It was
It's other people.
Yeah, like extended family.
Yeah.
Like everybody.
Yeah, that are like,
Yeah.
oh, I haven't seen Silas in 10 years, and now he's trying to hook up with some girl. Whoa.
Yeah.
Whoa. Okay, Silas. This isn't your wedding.
Yeah, at a family wedding. This is more
Right.
like a reunion.
But also, no one would know that you were trying to make a move. Now that I think about it. It's not like you were going to sleep with her on the dance floor in front of everybody.
No, that's a good point. Yeah.
Too late. Next time. Next wedding.
Next wedding. Probably won't be that long.
Out of the three of us, who's going to get married first?
Not me.
My vote is Harrison.
My vote is you.
Me?
Yep.
Yeah.
Why?
Just because you're a hopeless romantic. Not hopeless.
No, I could just see you getting
You're
married
romantic.
quickly after you start dating someone.
You
Or
said
not
that before,
quickly,
though.
But yeah,
I don't.
maybe engaged quickly. Maybe not married right away.
Well, I don't like that either. It implies that it was a mistake.
No, it
I'm going to
doesn't.
have a shotgun wedding. I'm planning it already in my head.
Yeah, you're planning the
Kurt
shotgun
Cobain.
shells in your head.
I want a small wedding as possible.
You're going to get married first.
Small wedding as possible.
That's not. I didn't ask you that.
That's all I want.
How was the reception?
It was fun.
You don't like dancing.
No, I don't like dancing.
But what's
It
gonna
felt
happen
like
when you have
prom.
to do the slow, like, and the bride and groom, the first dance.
Well,
together.
that's why I want like 20 people there. So
Darling,
it's
it's
like
so what's the
So no
thing?
one sees it.
Perfect tonight.
I don't like it.
I'm nervous to dance with my mother when it's like the father-mother dance.
You don't want to cry.
I've never hugged my mom, so I don't know what it's going to be like.
That's
to
not true.
dance.
Stop. You never hugged your mom
Not once.
Under 10 times.
in your life?
Yeah.
Wow.
Anyway,
That's it. Can I say something? Why don't you hug her more?
don't ask me, buddy. Can we change the subject, Dr. Phil?
You brought it up.
I know. My point being,
You could just
I
go
brought
hug
up
your
how-
mom and say, "Mom, I'd like you to hug me more. Let's hug."
brought up how uncomfortable it would be to dance with her. Yeah, keep that locked away. Yeah.
Even though he brought it up. Sorry, go ahead.
Well, I brought up the dancing thing. Had to give some context. Then I realized what I said. It was sad. Let's just change the subject. Beatles just came out with a new song. Did you know that?
Yeah, but it's AI.
It is?
Obviously,
I did not.
half of them are dead.
Well, I knew they were dead. I just thought they had recordings. Like,
No, I think it's AI.
did you know this?
I don't even know who the Beatles are.
Can you look up new Beatles song artificial intelligence? I was gonna say, who's not using their phone for something?
Oh yeah. FedEx. Sorry, there's a truck outside. I listened to it. It sucks. They're like, oh, it's the last Beatles song. I'm like, it doesn't deserve to be any Beatles song. It's terrible.
Are we?
Thanks to AI.
Oh,
Wow.
yeah, it's artificial intelligence.
I know what it means. I
So
just didn't know
no,
that's
no,
what it was.
but now,
Oh, they turned a demo into what's likely the
They
band's
probably,
last
they probably
collaborative effort.
remastered all that using AI.
so
An
now
artifact
you're like,
recording.
honestly, pretty impressive.
Pretty damn impressive.
Are we on a Dutch angle?
It looks like that, but yeah, we are.
It looks like that because it is.
I thought maybe this would be the spooky episode.
No. It is November 6th. We got 2 trick-or-treaters.
Oh,
I'm
yes.
pissed.
Yeah, that was
Disgusting.
sad.
I'm pissed.
I'm sick. Yeah.
Well,
yeah.
next year we need like decorations. and
Next
stuff.
year. Oh, I guess we will.
Yeah.
That'll be 12 months, so we'll have 2 more months.
Yeah.
We've already discussed what you were gone just doing another year here.
I'm fine with that.
What about another 10 years?
Heard it here first.
Decade at least.
I'm excited. We'll have a Halloween party. I already know what I'm going to be.
Hold on.
O.J. Simpson. What?
Hello to the world. Yeah, OJ. He did it, right?
Hell yeah, dude.
I got a theory that he was there, but I don't know if he did it.
Oh, you took
I
the
would
fall
keep
for
that one to
someone?
myself.
No,
What,
I
his
don't
son
think
did it?
he didn't took the fall for anything. I think
Well,
his
he
son.
was-
I think it was either him or his
He
son, and
didn't
they were
roll
both
on
there.
someone.
Maybe one did one did the other. I watched a lot of David Schwimmer.
Oh, yeah.
So you're an
People
expert?
versus O.J. Simpson.
Yeah. Oh,
Rachel! O.J. didn't kill himself! Or
is that
whatever.
Seinfeld?
No, it's Ross.
Should we talk about Matthew Perry?
No.
Okay. Why not?
I mean, it's just, yeah, I don't know.
It sucks.
It's sad.
Yeah.
But I always feel so awkward when it's like, I cried when Norm Macdonald died because I actually liked Norm Macdonald.
Interesting.
Not that I hate Matthew Perry, but like he was in Friends and 17 again. I can't say
No, like if you were the
oh my
biggest,
God.
if like John Krasinski died, I would cry.
Yeah.
I'm the biggest Office fan of all time. People who love Friends, that's
No, yeah, they're
the worst thing
justified,
ever.
but I don't feel right
But I
saying
think
I'm
it's just
sitting
the
here saying
idea.
It's the worst thing
Well,
that I've
you
ever
brought
heard.
up. Have you ever cried via celebrity death?
No.
Norm Macdonald's my only one.
The
It's 'cause
only-
yeah.
The only time I cried was when Kobe died. Not because I was the
yeah.
biggest Kobe fan, but because of all the circumstances and his daughter. Like,
Yeah,
the more I
that
think
made me
about it, the
cry.
more I'm like, oh.
I cried, like, watching the
That's
interviews
sad.
where everyone talk about it made me sad. But the Norm Macdonald thing, because he died, and I was in class, and I read that he died, and I was like, oh my God, I'm going to bawl in this freaking media class.
You could have just left.
But then I went home, and I watched Norm Macdonald interviews, and, like, the first one that popped up was a clip on him with Carson Daly saying, I love life, man. Life is the best. Like, you just got to enjoy life. And I was just like, Norm, why are you doing this to me, buddy?
He's gonna start crying now.
It was very yeah, I might. It was that was sad anyway.
Did you hear that? He's like, I might.
It's called acting. Anyway, so
It's called that. It's acting. We call it acting.
there was a Trump clip the other day he put on Instagram that he goes, it's called shit. He said, we do a little trolling. It's called we do a little trolling.
He actually
And
posted that
uploaded
on
it.
his Instagram.
Oh my God,
That doesn't make any sense. But that's all I have to say about Matthew Perry. Rest in peace. Friends is a good show, but I'm not going to pretend like he was the love of my life.
Yeah, didn't ask you to do that. I said, should we say a few words? I'll say a few words. I don't like Friends. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I
Can't wait for the reboot.
one of the.
Like it's Zac Efron.
I was gonna. Oh my Christ Almighty! His square face. Anyway, do you know about his Zac
Yeah.
Efron's square face?
Have you seen Jeremy Allen White? He's freaking yoked now, dog. Anyway, go on.
Who's that?
The lip from Shameless. He's in this
The
wrestling
bear.
Oh,
movie
really?
with,
Wait. Oh, is that why he's ripped for the
Yeah.
wrestling movie?
but he's freaking gigantic.
People were pitching him as the next Wolverine. I was like, is he? He's got the look for
good
that.
actor.
Yeah, he'd be good at that.
Matthew Perry, one of the funniest people to ever be on a sitcom, probably.
Yeah, definitely.
Is he the funniest person in Friends? Don't
I think so.
Don't do revisionist history because he's no.
No, he
longer-
was always my favorite.
Yeah,
he is.
he's 100%. I go back between him and Ross.
Really?
But in terms of the
Ross
writing,
is hated.
like, Chandler was.
People hate Ross.
I don't care.
Chandler
Hey,
was
guess
the
what?
funny
Don't
guy.
care.
I'm just
I think
saying,
he's hilarious.
You're like the first person
Look at
I've
me.
heard
Yeah.
say that.
That's funny.
No, I bring that up.
I take thee, Rachel.
That's funny. I bring that up just to tell the people at home, and I'm about to do it right now. I thought about doing this for a while. I'm gonna do it right now, just to tell you guys. Give me your right hand.
It's sweaty.
I love you.
Oh.
Okay, I love you. Say that more often, and you never know what can happen. That's why I wanted to bring that up. So don't shoot it down next time. That when David Schwimmer dies, okay? Because we'll be doing that then.
Should we just start calling the next death so that we could be prepared and be
We
like, at
wanna
least
call
I
it?
could say
All right,
I
let's
was
call
a
it.
fan of David Schwimmer. Here's
Let's call
the
it.
proof.
Clint Eastwood.
That's
I
what
win.
was gonna say. That's my go-to answer.
Well, you can't do it now. Go ahead.
Michael Caine.
Al Pacino.
Oh my God.
But it's always, you think it's going to be the old guy, and then it's gosh damn Matthew Perry
Yeah,
in his
that's
back.
true.
And you're like, well,
All right. New guest. Jacob Tremblay.
Yeah, do a dark horse pick.
Macaulay Culkin. Anyway, let's move on. I'm just going to start naming 100 actors, and then not any of them going to make sense.
It's weird because you all hate them and you're all predicting them to be dead.
I have a list upstairs.
You go. Matthew Perry.
The end of Billy Madison.
No, it sucks. Obviously, it sucks, but that's life. You know, people die. It sucks. And
Yeah. I hated, it does piss me off to see the amount of people that were like, because Monica Lewinsky, what's her name? Freaking Courtney Cox. She was like,
Monica Lewinsky.
Yeah, she was like, posted a video a couple of days after just about her Halloween decorations, and all the comments are, why doesn't she talk about Matthew Perry? It's like, shut up. Like, you don't know these people.
Right.
You're not their friend.
Yeah.
But
Friends.
it's very annoying where I'm like,
But do you think that was a scheduled post?
I don't know.
That is a little strange that a few days later she'd be like, look at my decorations. That is kind of weird. I'm not asking her to mention. And by the way, look at my spooky jack-o'-lantern. Hashtag
Here's
rest in
yeah.
peace to Matthew. But it is a little strange if she just posted it a few days after.
Yeah.
If
I
she
don't know.
knew. I'm assuming she knew.
Sure she knew, but it's just stupid to see all that stuff.
Maybe
Like,
she-
let her grieve, dude.
Did you think she had anything to...
Maybe.
This
Another
is
funny
going
thing
off the rails.
I saw on Instagram that someone posted bloopers of Michael J. Fox like in his shows after Back to the Future and movies, and a lot of times he would like flub a line and go "Duck."
Really?
Yeah,
That's
so
cute.
people are like commenting, "Oh my God, he was so into that role. It's just ingrained in him now." He says "Doc," and then I saw a comment saying, "This is an early sign of Parkinson's, like messing up, like getting names confused." So I thought that was very not funny that he has Parkinson's, but very funny that like that's why he messes up calling what's his name, whoever, Doc.
Teen Wolf.
And then everyone's like, oh, he's just into the role. It's like, no, he's got Parkinson's. It's like when Heath Ledger died, and everyone's like, it's because the Joker drove him crazy.
Don't
I'm like,
get me
no, he
started.
was just hooked on drugs and
Yeah.
killed himself.
Yeah.
But yeah, you can say it's because he was the Joker.
Also, no, never mind. Move on.
Meanwhile, he was doing other movies.
When Michael J. Fox dies, I might cry. That's all.
Gotta go to the doc.
I'll just watch Tom Holland and be like, it's close. it's kind of there.
Michael J. Fox is tight.
Sorry?
He's tight.
Okay.
Tight as hell, dude.
It's a good adjective.
When are they going to reboot Back to the Future?
Dude, let's work on it.
Never?
I hope not.
Yeah, hopefully.
But
We'll
if
bring
someone
Aaron
gave us
Stoltz
$1 billion to do it, we'd be like,
Yeah. Yeah.
Anyway, I got nothing. I've unloaded my brain with.
I've got a story.
Ooh.
This didn't happen recently, but I've told you this, but this is a fun. Going back to dates, this is the date episode.
Slash planes.
This one girl I worked with. This is
Slash
for
Matthew
Silas.
Perry.
This one girl I worked with at Walmart. I've told you this story. So chime in.
I know what you're going to say. This is fun.
I'll just say it. She was non-binary, whatever. The annoying thing about that, though, was the coworkers, that anytime I said, oh, what did she say? And it's like, they. I'm like, you just couldn't wait to tell me that, couldn't you? Like, you were just waiting.
Is this the story?
Yeah, you were hoping your whole life you'd get a non-binary friend. That way you could argue on their behalf.
This is
that
part
it's
of the story that you're going to tell?
So it's a non-binary lady. And at work, yeah, that's a funny thing, non-binary lady.
Sounds like a superhero. It's a non-binary lady.
The one time she was like, are you doing anything Thursday? I was like, nope, got the day off. She goes, you want to go on a date? And I was just like, sure. And which immediately I was like, why did I say yes? But she's a feminist, so I was like, good, I'll save some money. And she was like, let's go to this Korean joint. And after work, I said, sounds good to me. So I met her there, and we had a meal. And she's like, just so you know, like, I'm not into the whatever gender roles. I'll pay for this. And I was like, hey, perfect. I've got no money. I work at Walmart. So
You would think maybe you'd split it? Anyway, go ahead.
the bill comes. I'm not going to argue.
Who's Bill?
Living up on Capitol Hill. He shows up. Waiter comes down, gives us the bill. She's like, I got this. I was like, that's great. Thank you. And
They got this.
so she pulls out her card. They pull out their card and give it to the guy. Goes back
The guy?
and goes, card got declined.
Oof.
She's like, oh, that's embarrassing. Don't worry, I got another one. And she pulls it out, gives him another card, and he goes and comes back. He goes, that got declined too.
Oh my god, I don't remember this. I
So
don't know
I
if you told
just
me
like
this.
take out my wallet. I'm like, here, take this. It's the last of everything I have. I'm glad I spent it on Korean food on a date I didn't want to go to. So I pay for the meal, and then she's like, so you have any plans after this? I was like, nope. Didn't learn the lesson the first time. She's like, perfect, let's watch a movie. I was like,
You're like, yeah, I have to go donate plasma now.
totally should have lied. I was like, okay, yeah, let's watch a movie. She's like, all right, because it was over the summer, so all my roommates were both gone. So I was like, yeah, you got nothing to do, no one's home.
Was this when I was also there in the summer?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
And
yeah, you told me this like the next day.
So we go over to my apartment. The projector just set up in my living room, so we're sitting on the couch. But I'm sitting like you guys, where she's on one end of the couch,
Okay.
and then I sit where you are on the complete opposite end.
like COVID distancing.
Yeah. So the entire time, I just keep filling up a glass of water because I'm just like trying to keep myself busy, just chugging water. So I take like 9 bathroom breaks, if you can imagine. And then that was it. I was like, we had two episodes into What We Do Behind the Shadows, or whatever, What We Do in the Shadows. And I was like,
What we do
"All right."
behind the shadows.
All right, it's time for you to get out of here. And then that was it.
How'd you get her out of the house? Literally.
I just said, all right, I think I've seen all I need to see about this show. Let's call this a night.
Oh my. Oh.
So I drive her back to her house,
I need to
drop her off, and then the next day at work, she's not working there, but everyone at Walmart, if you can imagine, it's real low lives, right? And they were just always thought they were my friend.
They're like, how was your date?
They weren't. Yeah, they were like, I heard you went on a date with them, and I was like, I did. And they were like, I heard it went really well. She was so surprised, like she was telling everyone that when you guys went over to your apartment, you were so polite you didn't even try to like make a move with her. And I was like, that wasn't me being polite. That was me not being into this at all.
Even though you invited her over your house.
No, she invited herself.
They.
But she's like, we should go see a movie, The Avengers or something's in theaters. I was like, no, I'm not watching that, and I'm not going to the theater, and I'm not sitting down next to you for 3 hours. If you buy the popcorn, no, but just because then I know I have to buy the tickets because your freaking card doesn't work.
And bring cash next day.
Yeah.
Bring a check.
So that was always just funny because then the next day she was telling everyone how well it went and how polite I was. I was like, You got the wrong guy, lady, or whatever.
They. I like a counter on how many times he said she.
What's the lady?
Yeah, I'm like, hey, I respect it. It's non-binary. I don't care. Anyway, let's cut this shit. It's like, it was a girl. Just to be clear to anyone that thinks I'm homosexual, it was a lady. Go on. What?
I didn't say anything. I think you're trying to look for something here.
Please, somebody take the reins.
No. And you never saw her again?
And then I quit.
Are you
Because
serious?
of that?
No, because it was like 2 weeks later that I quit. And I was just like, all right, I'm never coming back.
Didn't I convince you to quit? I was like, just quit.
Yeah,
Senior year,
probably.
just quit.
I did.
That's so, yeah. You know?
So gangster.
It's very you.
Yeah, you owe me a lot of money.
No, I don't. I'm trying to get you a new job. A layup, and you won't take it.
I like to work for what I work at. I need to earn it.
Yeah.
I like to work a lot. That's why I work 2 hours a day.
What was your last paycheck? $48?
Tell me when you come home with one of these.
I could just go buy one.
They don't just give these out to anybody, pal.
Yeah, you're right. They give them out to the winner of the scavenger hunt.
Yeah, we do a lot of scavenger hunts at work. Is that a crime? Is that a crime?
I didn't say it was.
As long as I'm clocked in, I don't care what I do at work.
Exactly.
Imagine they were like, we're going to play a game, but you have to clock out.
Yeah.
No.
I'm going home.
Anyway.
Any fun date stories?
How many dates
Nope.
have you... Hold on. Stop. Wait a second.
What?
This is about to be an insane question, answer, whatever. How many dates have you been on before... I hear them now. Before you were considering that person your girlfriend?
Oh, God, I don't know.
Like less than 5?
Probably.
That's crazy.
I mean, it was just high school relationships. So.
I wish
Well,
that's how
kind
it
of.
Because back in high school or middle school, it was just like the first question was, do you want to be my girlfriend?
Do
And
you
it's like,
want to
okay,
be
you're-
my
You're my
girlfriend?
girlfriend now. So,
That's usually pretty established pretty quickly.
yeah.
No,
But
thank you. I am gay.
So I was
Come
in-
out the closet.
I was in the high school
Please go away.
at this time in my
It used
life.
to be this funny. That
Watching
was
a lot of
just-
Seinfeld, and in Seinfeld, or not just because it's Seinfeld, real life, I guess. Back in the '90s, it was like that, where you go on a date.
I am into guys. Okay, now I'm done.
So
Sort of. I didn't hear a word you
let's-
said.
I was watching a lot of Seinfeld, and in Seinfeld, it goes like that, where it's like you're on 3 dates. Oh, it's not my girlfriend. We're just dating.
Mm-hmm.
It's not like middle school, where it's like, oh, we're talking. We're talking on Snapchat. We're exclusive. It's like, shut the hell up. So I was talking with this girl for like a month, and before prom, or we went to prom together, but not like official. So I was like, we weren't official yet. We went as dates, and on the way home, I was like, would you like to be my girlfriend?
Oof. Again, couldn't
She's
imagine.
like, no.
Oh.
So then I was like, okay, this is going to be a nice car. I planned it so we could have a nice half-hour car ride back
Bro,
home.
you're like, let me change the playlist to sad.
You want to take the wheel here? I'm going to kill myself. So, I mean, that was all. I just thought that was very funny.
You take
'Cause
your
now I'm like,
seatbelt
I don't know how it works. Yeah. It doesn't make any sense to me. And Tinder doesn't help. Like, even now, I mean, that was high school. And even now, I'm like, are we boyfriend and girlfriend? Like, I don't think so. Because it was just a Tinder stupid, come over for a movie night. Like, we're dating? I don't know what the rules are. It's very stupid.
You have to ask. You have to like. There's a moment where you go like, so are we boyfriend and girlfriend?
Yeah, I mean, there's a moment where it becomes official, yeah.
That's so strange. That's very strange. Like, what if you're a
Usually.
year in, you never say it? Like, oh, we're not dating?
That also happened to me.
Huh?
Not to make me want to kill myself again. But that, there was like a thing in high school where we were together for like 9 months. And at the end, we just kind of just fizzled out. And however it happened, it was just like, well, we weren't officially dating. So I was just like, that hurts. Let's change the subject.
That's tough.
Not good.
Yeah, you've had some bad luck there.
Yeah,
with the
so it
ladies.
doesn't help with the, what's it called? I don't know. The record here. Now I'm just very confused, I guess, is what the rules are. That's what I'm trying to say. Because I'm like, every experience I've had has been maybe one of the worst things ever in my life. But it's not a therapy session. You guys don't come here for therapy.
Don't talk to them. Don't break the Fourth
So,
Amendment.
let's move on.
What's the Fourth Amendment? Search and seizure?
It's the, yeah.
Right.
Wow.
I thought it was bare arms. I
Yeah.
could be wrong, though.
Definitely
It's
not.
number 2. It's
Definitely
freedom
not
of speech,
the
bear
Fourth
arms.
Amendment.
I forget what 3 is.
It doesn't have
4
to be
is,
a penis.
Yeah, like search warrants and stuff.
I am by.
5 is not self-incriminating. I don't know any of the other ones.
Yeah.
21, women got right to vote.
Let's repeal that one.
I think that's the 21st.
That's something you would say to a Tinder man. That's something something you would say to a Tinder girl and then be confused when they don't respond.
I'm like, oh, she must have read her books. Prohibition, by the way, stupidest decision we could have ever made.
What
It led to a lot of crime.
What do you mean?
Like making prohibition an amendment in the Constitution.
Yeah, I think
Very
we could all
poor
agree.
decision.
I think
And
we
we're
could all agree
living
that
through
that's
it
the
right
worst
now,
one.
too.
What did you say?
And we're living through another one right now, too.
Got that right. Basically.
You set off one airport security alarm, and now you think you know everything.
Yeah, no, it's very stupid. Whoever thought that would be a good idea? Not my friend.
I'm never taking these sunglasses off again.
I wouldn't, dude. You look like a dog.
Not after that
beautiful dog.
Aiden O'Connell performance.
Who? This is a movie channel.
Remember the Titans?
Rick O'Connell.
So,
The Mummy?
I don't know what that's from.
The Mummy!
Never seen it.
Brendan... What?
You heard me.
Same.
We're not... Scrap Revenge of the Sith. Do you want to talk about Attack of the Clones? It's on the channel. Okay, cool. Next. Whoa. God, that scared me.
That means it's been off for like 2 minutes, by the way.
Oh, okay, good. I'd rather that one shut off
Yeah.
than the other two.
Let's make sure everything's on.
What?
It's up
How
and
long
running.
have we been?
40 minutes, 50 minutes?
An hour.
57.
Dipshit.
An hour.
I mean,
last
I got
time it was 40
nothing.
minutes.
I got nothing. I got no stories.
Well, maybe it's a perfect time to end it. It's been an hour, and I went pee for a while. I ran.
I mean, I'll be honest. My vendetta is to stop this because I'm dying to see what happens to you today. Dying.
And you want to just take a nap to skip forward to that
Last thing I'll say is someone learned a skill this past week. Or is attempting to learn a skill. Harrison is learning how to play chess.
Oh, yes. Oh, so are you.
No.
You're learning as well.
No.
They're both
He doesn't
learning.
know how the pieces move.
I know how to
He
move
does now.
I learned it in a day drunk.
Yeah. It's very fun to play him because he'll make a blunder. See?
Nice.
And then I just look at him and go, look at the board. And then he looks at it for...
He says, look at the board, and I look at him. And he says, no, look at the board, and I look at the board.
He looks at the board for upwards of 5 minutes and then goes, oh.
I'm teaching you. It's
And
FedEx drive.
of the 4 times I've beaten you, only the 4th time did I know I was about to beat him. The other times I was like, check, and he goes, no, you win. And I go, no, look, you could go. And I go, oh, you... Oh, yeah, I win.
Happened twice.
3 times. We played 4 times.
4 times a lady.
3 times a lady.
I'm still undefeated in this house, so you guys got some work to do.
Yeah, let's talk about poker.
I played the computer. I'm
What's our record?
0-25.
Is that true?
I've won one on chess.
And you're on elementary level.
Yeah, I set the computer to fastest decisions, thinking one move ahead, still losing. It's terrible.
What's the poker record? You've won 2 games? We
I think
played
it's
4.
1 and 2.
No. What?
Yeah, it's one. It's
We played 4 games.
yeah. I won 1. You've won 1. He's won 2.
So
Sorry,
you're
I
1
wasn't
and
saying
you're
that.
1 and 3. I'm
Yeah.
1 and 3. You're 2 and 2.
Yep.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, that sounds about right.
It don't break even.
Okay. First time you won is because of me. And I have seen none of that money. Huge pot. Was it like $100 or something?
For what?
The first time you won when there was like all the people at Cliffside.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Literally, I was holding his hand. I was like, "Go ahead, put your chips inside."
I earned that money.
And he was like this.
I was playing. I earned that.
You didn't even win. They just gave up.
Yeah, it's facts. Hey.
Doesn't matter.
It does.
You play a baseball game and they forfeit. I mean, is that not a win?
When does that happen? When you're 4?
Shut up, asshole.
When is the last time you've watched a baseball game where they go, "We're done"?
I saw a football game where they did that.
What, DeMar Hamlin?
That's right.
And that's the end.
I had a lot of money on that game.
Wait. I actually don't like this when we do the thing into the camera.
You don't?
I don't think I do because it just feels like the one thing that we do that's like, and now we're going to do the thing that we always do. We should do it again, though.
All right. Let's all think of something in advance to say into the camera.
And wait, and here's an idea for the 3 people that made it to the end. Comment the first word that comes into your mind when we hit 3.
Oh, yeah.
Within reason.
Yeah.
Because we don't play with that shit.
We don't mess around here, dogs.
Don't. You're like putting things in people's head when you say dog.
All right. What, like Chinese food?
Maybe.
All right. Well, we're ending the episode now. I hope you enjoyed it. It was the date episode along with
/ planes.
the airplane episode.
/
Dates, places,
nothing's
and
real.
automobiles. Yeah.
Count us down.
And a 1. Do we go from 1 or 3?
Count us down, and he starts at 1. He goes
1,
1, 0.
Half. 20.25. 3, 2, 1.
Vape detectors.
Necrophilia.
What'd you say?
Vape detectors.